What is up, YouTube? Welcome to another edition of Nerdy Sense. It's your boy Corey, and today is actually not a reaction. Empire Magazine just dropped some covers for Star Wars The Force Awakens. If you don't know what Empire Magazine is, they have been giving us the scoop on all types of things since The Force Awakens went into production. They actually came out with pictures of Star Wars that are comparative to Vanity Fair when they released all theirs of Kylo Ren and Captain Phasma. But these covers really intrigued me, so I kind of just wanted to talk about them and go through them. They're not offering any spoilers or Easter eggs or anything that we could potentially glean that we wouldn't already have gotten from trailers or TV spots, but I actually think they're really cool and interesting. So I just wanted to kind of talk through them and let you guys see them in case you haven't run through them on the internet yet. So the first cover from Empire Magazine, the very first one, is a picture of Rey, and I'm assuming that the background is Jakku. We can see that BB-8 is there, and we can see that there are some TIE fighters in the background. But more interesting note is that staff. We've seen her with that staff probably in every Star Wars trailer. Not a lightsaber yet, but I really want to know what that staff is. I'm hoping that maybe she found it when she was in that Star Destroyer that crashed on Jakku. By the way, Jakku is really war-torn. There was a big battle there somewhere after the events that happened on Endor. So I'm really excited to see what she's doing in Jakku and how events tie together there. But she has that staff. She's in this battle pose. So it's making me think that she has a little bit of a warrior experience aside from just being a pilot and a scavenger. So this picture kind of just makes me think that there's a lot more to her that meets the eye. Maybe she is a Skywalker child. Maybe she isn't. We don't know yet. But just her having that battle stance and those TIE fighters being in the background makes me think that she's headed we already know she's headed for a huge clash with the First Order, but it makes me think that there's a little bit more to her than meets the eye. So we'll be seeing pretty soon. Next one is probably one of my favorite characters so far in the series, just from what I'm able to see from these trailers. Captain Phasma, played by Gwendoline Christie. We don't exactly know what her role is in this movie. We don't know who exactly Captain Phasma is, whether she's just this rogue employee of the First Order, or whether she's this enforcer, probably like a Tarkin role. We don't know. All we know is that she is badass in that kind of chrome trooper assembly of gear that she has going on with the red cape. It really makes me think that she is a leader of a task force all on her own. So being able to see her, we always see her in these like badass menacing stances. So I'm really starting to believe that she has this force all on her own. What they do, I really don't know, whether she's just an enforcer of the First Order brought in to bring down and terrorize people who probably aren't people in areas and planets that aren't giving their alliance to the First Order, or whether she's someone who works with Kylo Ren to exterminate Force sensitives. We don't know yet. Everything's speculation at this point, but Captain Phasma is definitely going to be an antagonist in this movie, and I can't wait to see what her role is as far as the Force Order and what she does with them. The next one we get is, of course, Finn with this lightsaber. We don't have a lot of knowledge of whether Finn is actually Force sensitive, whether he's been trained as maybe a Force sensitive person in a Jedi. There are rumors floating around that the First Order has been training their stormtroopers to use lightsabers or to use weapons close to lightsabers. And we got a little bit of a feel in that with the Spot 9 TV spot, where we saw Finn kind of going to battle with a stormtrooper, and they looked like they were kind of going blow to blow with each other. So that lightsaber, which looks like it's Anakin Skywalker's. We don't know how he comes into contact, whether it was given to him or whether he found it or something. I'm assuming that it was given to him by someone very close to the Skywalkers or by a Skywalker themselves. It might lend a little bit more credence to the fact that maybe he's being trained by Luke or someone else within the Skywalker clan or the Skywalker family. He just looks a little bit more experienced to just have picked it up and found it and just automatically know how to use a lightsaber. So I'm thinking that he has definitely a little bit of training. Now, whether that training is more advanced or whether it's beginner stages, we'll have to wait to see. It looks like he's not as skilled as Kylo Ren, but that's all we can speculate from what we've seen. The next shot is a picture of Poe Dameron, which is definitely one. He definitely looks like he is going to be a Han Solo-ish character. This Poe Dameron is being played by Oscar Isaac, who is also Apocalypse in X-Men, in the new X-Men film, just in case you didn't know. We've only seen, in the back of the picture, we get the picture of the X-Wing, which, has that blue tint. We've only seen him in the red and white X-Wing. So he's definitely a leader from what we saw in Spot 7 and Spot 8. So he has that leadership of the rebels, of the new rebel crew, and he looks like a very skilled pilot. There are also reports coming around that BB-8 actually belongs to him, and he gave it to Rey, or he entrusted Rey to take care of BB-8. So whether or not Poe Dameron and Rey have some existing relationship, maybe they're best friends, maybe they're lovers, I don't know. Everything is speculation at this point, but we really don't know a lot about Poe Dameron. He really hasn't been focused on in these TV spots, which lead me to believe that Finn and Rey are definitely going to be the focal points, and that Poe Dameron is kind of going to be someone on the side, not really focused on much. But I want to know more about his character, so I'll definitely be focusing on that when I watch The Force Awakens. The next poster or cover we get is of Kylo Ren, and man, this guy is so badass. I love Kylo Ren. I absolutely love. You know what? Because I love Kylo Ren so much, I'm gonna put him next to me. Yeah, I'm gonna pop Kylo Ren right here. I'm just gonna set him right here, right now. Kylo Ren, we don't know much about him. All we know, he's the Knights of the Ren, and they are this. We're assuming that they're the group that was referenced in the Aftermath, kind of a Vader fanatic group that apparently they know how to use lightsabers, and they are very Force sensitive, and they are hunting Force sensitives. And it is assumed that he is the leader of the Knights of Ren. Kylo Ren is not his real name. We don't know who he is. We know he has a relationship to Rey. When I went to Barnes & Noble and I interacted with the Kylo Ren doll, there's this part, and I'm quoting and paraphrasing, where he's speaking to Rey and he's like, "So, is it true you're a scavenger now?" And I'm assuming that is some kind of confirmation of a pre-existing relationship. A lot of rumors going around that they're brother and sister, and I'm starting to believe it more as time goes on. I do not believe he is Luke Skywalker, because first of all, Kylo Ren is being played by Adam Driver. So no way you're going to bring that back to a younger Luke. But I believe that he definitely has some tie to Luke, whether he be his nephew or maybe his son. We don't know. But man, him and that lightsaber, and you can see the fire and a stormtrooper behind him. So it pretty much is working with the First Order, I'm assuming. The very last cover is, of course, of Han Solo and Chewbacca. Chewbacca is Peter Mayhew. Han Solo is Harrison Ford. We know Harrison Ford has had a long and illustrious career even after Star Wars, but it's just so damn good to see him returning to his roots as Han Solo. And of course, we got Chewbacca in the background, and we don't know where the hell they are. It's in some forest area. But it looks like Chewbacca's brandishing a crossbow. Of course, Han has his trusty blaster. Nothing better than being able to point a laser at someone, shoot it, and hit them, because we know damn sure a stormtrooper isn't going to hit you if they got a laser pointed at you. So so these covers are pretty nice. I like them. They don't give us too much. They don't give us anything at all, really. You got to be reading into these pretty well if you're going to glean anything from them. But of course, we got the Rey poster, which Rey is being played by Daisy Ridley. We got the Finn poster, Finn being played by John Boyega. Captain Phasma, which is Gwendolyn Christie from Game of Thrones. We also got the Kylo Ren, which is Adam Driver. We got Poe Dameron, which is Oscar Isaac. And then we got the Han Solo and Chewbacca, which is Harrison Ford and Peter Mayhew. So these will be in the Empire issue, which is available starting November 26th. So if you want to get them, frame them, feel free. And we will... Some people are missing, of course. We're missing Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher. Mark Hamill ain't been in shit, actually. So they're keeping with that. But you'll be able to grab issues of Empire November 26th. Make sure you go out and get those if you want to frame them, if you want to keep them as collector's editions. And we're getting closer, guys. So if you liked my review, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe below. Also, you can go to Twitter, Facebook. That's where you can stay up to date on all the latest Nerdy Sense contents. The links will be in the description, actually. And I will see you guys soon with more reviews and reactions. NS Nation, stand up.